Everything on a Waffle by Polly Horvath. Hi, my name is Primrose. I'm 11 years old and I live in British Columbia. I live a very, very confusing life. When I was a little girl, there was a terrible storm. It was pouring. While the storm continued, my father struggled to get home safely on his boat. After a while, my mother told me to go next door to my neighbor, Mrs. Perfidy, and went looking for him, but never returned home. This is a picture of my parents and I. Ever since then, I've been living with Mrs. Perfidy, but soon after I moved in, she began to want more for her salary. The next week, Mrs. Perfidy took me to a meeting to discuss my care. The government decided to see if they could get hold of one of my relatives. When the man in charge returned to the room, he said that a man named Jack, my uncle, was docked in British Columbia, working in the army and would be able to take care of me. The following week, I moved in with Uncle Jack. While I was in the process of moving, I heard the same rumor over and over again, that my parents were dead, and over I told them they weren't. Sometimes when I'm bored and Uncle Jack is at work, I go to my favorite restaurant, the Girl on the Red Swing, and talk and bake with the chef, Mrs. Bowser. I always have a great time serving everything on a waffle. After a while, Uncle Jack begins to notice my loneliness and buys me a puppy, which I name Malamore. One late afternoon, while Malamore and I are playing by the ocean, I see a big boat. Can it be the ship that had rescued my parents, or just a regular ship coming in with goods? Find out in Everything on a Waffle.